Hello again everyone and welcome to another video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the new SledgeFire from the Nerf Zombie Strike line. This is the barrel breaking shell using triple shot shotgun that people have been wanting to see and wanting to get for a while because of the idea of 3 shots and Nerf is using shells, which was mostly a Busby thing, and no one really liked them because the shells would eject. They were kind of weird to load, and they just weren't very good. So on the front, we have yet another cool looking guy with his SledgeFire, the blaster, the shells and the stock, and the darts. Now on the back, we have some more of that mission briefing and the hand-drawn instructions along with the blaster itself. So let's get the blaster out and see what we get in the box. Just like with the hammer shot, there is this part that pulls out, which leads to some more stencils, which have the Zombie Strike logo, a silhouette of the SledgeFire. Let me pull these out. So yeah, we have the Zombie Strike logo right here. We have the Nerf logo right here. We have the same walking silhouette stencil from the hammer shot right here, and the silhouette of the SledgeFire. Ooh, and along with a new one, which is a hand, a zombie hand reaching up to get you. And also in there is the instructional sheet. So load the darts, that's you know, kind of intuitive. Then break it and put the shell in, click it back up, and pull the trigger. So yeah, here we go. To eject, push barrel all the way down to eject shell, remove shell from barrel, insert darts. Okay, so we're gonna have to see how well and how easy it is to get the shells out, since there's no real way to grab it. It's just kind of a shell with nothing on it. Let's first talk about the blaster. This is a pretty I would say a medium small size blaster for something that's a shotgun, and I can already see that you pull down the hammer right here to break it, and it breaks like that. Super easy and pretty quiet. Pull it back like that, and it fires. Nice little sound of the plunger tube, and ooh, this is nice. Okay, cool. Inside here there's some little tabs. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there's some tabs inside the shell holders, so they stay in there pretty snugly. Let's see how well they stay. I just broke it. Pretty well. So that's nice, because I know the Busby ones, they would just fly out of the stock, but they're really easy to remove. Like, these are really easy to get out, and you can already see the massive holes in the shell for air release, I'm sure. And yeah, so let's hold it up. Ooh, wow, for something kind of this small, it's actually really comfortable. I like the grip. The grip is much better than that of the barrel break, I will say that. The shells, they don't really get in the way of my face, but if I don't think I can use them as a cheek rest because that's just way off. But yeah, the ergonomics of this are actually pretty good. I would say that I have to hold it a little bit higher, or I'd like to hold it a little bit higher, and that this part digs in just a little bit, but it's nothing to complain about. So let me load up the shells with the Zombie Strike darts, which are those green darts that come with everything. And it appears that the darts slide in pretty far into the shells, so they're not sticking up at all, which is nice, which is very nice, because I know the Busby shells, yet again, they would stick up out of them, and they were prone to bending. They would just bend at the tips and whatnot. So let me put these in, and we'll load up the last one. I'll just toss it off to the side. Alright, now we're going to see for the real thing on how easy is it to get the shell out once it has been fired. So you can put them in anyway. Oh, I think this might actually have shell eject, so let me just fire it to the ground and pop it. Okay, cool. So the shell pops out just enough to get it out. So you push it in, it clicks, fire it off, and when it comes down, it pops up just like that. That's really nice. That's very nice. Thank you, Nerf. Because we don't have shells flying off in our face. Let me check the spread real quick. I'll just fire up my mini fridge. Ooh. It appears that the darts are actually going to get some decent spread on them. So that's cool. I will say, I'm so used to loading clips and everything. When I'm playing with this, I'm probably going to forget to take the old shell out, and I'm instantly going to grab for a new one. So that might be something that takes a little bit of time for me to get used to. Doing that, grabbing it, putting it back here, pulling this out, putting that in, there, that, this. Not the greatest rate of fire, but it is something. Oh, okay. I guess what you could do is you can put the shells in upside down, so the ones you have loaded, this will make them looser, but I guess if you want to do this, you can put the ones that you have pulled out from here, put them in like this, so the ones that are full stick up a little bit. That's probably wasn't intended by Hasbro, but I think I just found a new way of making sure I don't pick up a shell that was spent. So do that, pull that up, put that here. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Now that I've seen the rate of fire, and I can tell you this is going to be a little slow on the slow side, so I would say personally that this is a last ditch kind of thing. I wouldn't run around with this as a primary since it takes a little bit to reload, especially for HVZ if you're in a charge. Yeah, it has 3 darts, but that can only hit a max of 3 people. The rate of fire on this is pretty slow. But let's check out the spread, because I'm actually curious to see how big the spread gets. So I'm going to set up my GoPro on the door over here and shoot at it from the mini fridge, and we can see how the spread goes. So the spread on the SledgeFire isn't amazing. It's not really spread out, so I wouldn't really consider it a shotgun. I would think of it more as something that shoots 3 darts in a really close proximity. I guess you can't really control how far darts spread unless the barrels are sticking out at, you know, different angles or something like that. But it's not really a shotgun to me. This is more of a 3 dart firing blaster. It's still cool though. I think it's a cool idea to use these 3-round shells and try and make it like you know, an actual shotgun, because fans have been wanting that for years. But one thing I have seen asked is, will it fire 1 dart and how well will it fire it? On the front here where the plunder tube ends and the ARs begin, you can see that there are the little AR pegs, and they are just like the ones set up on the rough cut and the triad, in which they will open only for the 1 dart that's pushing against them. So let's see how well it shoots 1 dart. I'm going to fire it over the mini fridge just for consistency. Let me compare that really quick. It shoots it a little bit harder. It had a more of a thump than the 3 darts did. So I would guess if you want to go for range, just load up 1 dart or 2 darts, put it in there and fire it off. It gets, I wouldn't say a lot more velocity, but it's very much noticeable that it's going faster than 3 darts fired at once. So yeah. Anyways, my overall thought on the SledgeFire, well, let me just say I wish it was an actual shotgun and that had a nice spread to it. It's kind of a letdown to see that the darts stay in a little group, but I'm sure that changes with weather conditions and dart quality, so you know, worse off darts than the new ones I'm using could go spreading like crazy, but from what I've seen, they tend to kind of stick together, which is a little bit of a letdown. I would like to see more of a scatter since it is a shotgun. But that being said, this thing is really comfortable. The handle's great. I have some pretty big hands, and my hands aren't even covering the entire thing. There's still a bunch of room that I could put my hands on. The trigger area is very nice. It has a really easy pull, and the trigger's not, it's thin, but it's not too thin, which is really nice. The reach to the top here is super simple. I can do it really easily. It's much better than the hammer shot. That was a really big stretch for me. I like the overall design of the blaster. I wish they would have changed the colors from this blue to kind of more of a darker, maybe like a green or something to kind of go with the whole zombie feel of the line. One thing I've just noticed now is that there's actually kill marks on the side here in the shell. 8 kills is supposedly what this, or 7 kills is what this thing has gotten so far. I don't think that's on it anywhere else. Nope. But yeah, I like the overall design. I wish the colors were different. I wish it had more of a shotgun blast. And my last say on this is that the rate of fire is really low, and that's kind of a little bit of a disappointment. I wish the rate of fire was easier to obtain. I'm sure people will start putting dart holders up here, or shell holders I should say, you know, right up here in the front so they can easily access it. Pop this out, move it to the back, put it down like I showed, grab another one off the side and go from there. We'll have to see, because people have 3D printers and they've been making some good accessories. But from that, I say it's a pretty cool blaster. I kind of like it. It's quirky. It fires 3 darts, which is kind of a waste of ammo if you think about it, since they kind of group together. But I like the idea that you know, it shoots 3 darts at once. And Nerf is finally using a shell, which is weird for Nerf, but I think they did a really good job with the shell ejection, and that it does not pop off, you know, up into the stratosphere or anything, and that you can easily get it because it just stays right in there. Now, if you're running, let's say, and you open this, you know, it might fly out, but if you're standing still, it's not gonna fly out of the blaster, and you know, you're gonna drop it somewhere and never recover it if you're running away from zombies. But overall, I really like this. It's a very cool little blaster, and I'm sure people will find a way to minimize this so you can put it onto, you know, a rapid strike or something else. I don't know. So far, I can tell you can cut the barrel down to about here. And be just fine. So that's a good little bit of a cutoff. But yeah, I really like this, and that is the new SledgeFire from the Nerf Zombie Strike line. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll make another one for you later.